Today's lesson is Lesson 17, the United Kingdom. Today we are going to travel to the United Kingdom. It is just a short distance to London from Amsterdam, across the North Sea. Did you decide to take a cruise to see this part of the world? If so, a stop in London is most likely on the itinerary. Otherwise, jump on a plane for a quick flight over the North Sea, and we will be having fish and chips and tea and crumpets in no time. The United Kingdom is one of the only 5 island nations in Europe. The majority of the UK is on the island of Great Britain, which also includes England, Scotland, and Wales. But it also includes Northern Ireland and a number of smaller islands surrounding Great Britain. The island of Great Britain is surrounded by the North Sea, the Irish Sea, and the Celtic Sea, and the English Channel. It is a fascinating nation to discover up close. I can't wait to get started. Some of the quick facts are the population is 67.65 million. Government type is constitutional monarchy. Size of the country is 93,630 miles. The capital city is London. The official language is English, and the landmark is Windsor Castle. Invention attention. Do you like to watch things on television? What about the World Wide Web or talking on the telephone? All of these inventions can be credited to British inventors that were asking big questions and taking big risks to see their dreams fulfilled. Just think for a minute, what would life be like today if we had none of these inventions? I think it is safe to say that we are all thankful for these things. Perhaps the invention from this corner of the world that we should all be most thankful for is the writing on this page. The English language is the second most widely spoken language in the world, and it is the official language in more countries than any other language. It is also the most common second language in the world. This means that the fact that you are reading these words means that you have an incredible advantage in the world today. You are blessed to be learning the English language. Land and animals. The people of the United Kingdom are known for the loving sea. The coasts of the United Kingdom are world famous for their beautiful landscapes like the cliffs of Dover, the Durdle Door, and St. Michael's Mount, to name only a few. Although the weather isn't always sunny and warm in the UK, when it is, the beach is a popular place to be. Fortunately for us visitors, the furthest we can possibly be from the coast is only 75 miles, so if the sun comes out, we are headed for the beach. The wildlife in the United Kingdom is vast and diverse. There are several species of animals there that can be found only in this beautiful nation, and many others that make their home here. The Fair Isle wren can only be found on Fair Isle in Scotland. This extremely rare bird has a tiny population, estimated to be between 10 and 50 pairs of birds. Another animal that takes its name from this island is found on the Scoper Voile, which is only found on Scoper Voile Island in Wales. Its population is slightly larger than the Fair Isle wrens, established to be at least 20,000 voles on the island. It's a good thing there are so many of them, as they are hunted widely by predatory birds. The Scottish wildcat is also mostly found in Scotland and the northern regions of England and Wales. These beautiful cats have been known to crossbreed with domestic cats, creating some concern for their species to remain viable. For an activity break, look up pictures of famous coastlines in the UK. Which of these beautiful locations would you want to visit if you were really there? Or look up some animals that are unique to this nation. The famous landmark of Windsor Castle is the family home of the royal family of the United Kingdom. Although Buckingham Palace is where many of the official functions of the royal family take place, Windsor Castle is where Her Majesty the Queen chooses to spend much of her time. This castle is impressive in size at 13 acres and is both the largest and oldest occupied castle in the world. The castle dates back to the time of William the Conqueror, about 1,000 years ago. Despite this castle's being home to the ruling monarch of the United Kingdom, it is open to the public, and for a fee you can see firsthand the home of the royal family of the United Kingdom. Food. While traveling around the UK, there are some foods that simply must be enjoyed. A delightful street food meal of fish and chips is an absolute must while we explore all the sights. But this isn't the only food worth noting in the UK. The British are famous for their roasts and Yorkshire puddings for good reason. Yorkshire pudding is a delightful egg batter that is cooked in the oven until puffed and browned to perfection and served alongside roast and gravy. There's really nothing like a Yorkshire pudding smothered in gravy and eaten with tender roast beef and horseradish. Of course, it wouldn't be a true British experience without having tea while we are here. The British people love their tea. In fact, they drink 165 million cups of tea each year. That's more than 2 cups per person each day and 20 times the amount of tea that Americans drink every day. Tea is often served with scones or other small baked goods, offering a break in the middle of the day to unwind. If you want to experience something a little more daring while we are here in the UK, head to Scotland. It is here that you will find the traditional Scottish dish called haggis. This strange dish is a sheep's stomach stuffed with chopped sheep's heart, liver, lungs, oatmeal, onions, fat, meat, stock, and seasonings. If you can stomach that dish, you can eat anything. Do you think you'd like to try that? Transportation. Our trip to the United Kingdom won't be complete until we have ridden through the streets of London on one of the famous red double-decker buses. The unique experience of driving on the left side of the road on the top deck of a bus is something that just can't be missed. Those buses aren't the only thing in London that makes transportation unique. In fact, London has one of the oldest public transportation systems in the world, with 270 functioning stations today and 40 that are no longer functional. The London Underground system, the Tube, has over 400 escalators in the station, designed to move passengers quickly and efficiently on and off the trains. History and culture. The history and culture of the United Kingdom can be difficult to define because of the 4 distinct cultures that it encompasses. England, Wales, Scotland, and Northern Ireland are all things that make their culture distinct from the others, as well as things that overlap into all of their lives. There is a common level of respect for punctual and order among the British people. They do not appreciate tardiness or impoliteness, and although terms of endearment can be different in different parts of the UK, it is common for these to be used in the place of your name here. Terms like mate, dearie, love, ducky, and gov are all used as familiar names. The Scottish are well known for several of their unique cultural customs. Their clan system, associating extended families by clans, is well known around the world. The Scottish proudly display their clan affiliation by the pattern on their tartan, their plaid patterned cloth. Each clan has its own tartan, and these unique patterns are proudly worn as the fabric for the traditional kilt at special occasions still today. Scotland is also well known for the Loch Ness Monster mythology and legend, as well as for their use of bagpipes in their traditional music. The United Kingdom is famous for education. Oxford and Cambridge universities are the most famous and oldest universities in the UK. There are now over 100 universities across the country, and they continue to thrive in providing quality education. In addition to these universities, we can see the strong dedication to education through its libraries. The British Library in London is the top 2 libraries in the world, where more than 150 million items in its catalog system. And that concludes our lesson for today on the UK. It's lesson 17.